In war, there are no heroes, only survivors, and the men they leave behind. In the final days of World War II, when defeat loomed for Nazi Germany, but death still lurked in every corner, one American tank crew stood alone, outgunned, outnumbered, and with no way out. This is the story of Fury, a brutal, unflinching look at brotherhood, sacrifice, and what it means to hold the line when all hope is lost. If you thought war movies couldn't get any grittier after Saving Private Ryan, think again. Let's dive into one of the rawest, most intense war films of our time. April 1945. The Allied forces are pushing deep into Nazi Germany. We meet Don Wardity Collier, a hardened U.S. Army sergeant and commander of a Sherman tank named Fury. Wardity's crew is a battle-scarred family. Boyd Bible Swan, a deeply religious gunner with a sharp eye and sharper faith. Trini Gordo Garcia, the sarcastic Mexican-American driver. Grady Kunas Travis, the coarse, volatile loader. But tragedy has struck. Their assistant driver has just been killed in action. Enter Norman Ellison, a young, inexperienced clerk typist now drafted into the tank crew. He's never even seen the inside of a tank, let alone fought in one. Thrown into the fire, Norman is met with disdain and contempt from the battle-hardened crew. But as Wardity warns him bluntly, this ain't pretty. This is war. Norman's trial by fire is brutal and immediate. The Fury joins a column advancing through the German countryside, encountering pockets of desperate Nazi resistance. Norman is forced to kill his first enemy, a young German soldier, after freezing up during an ambush that costs American lives. Wardity drags him aside and forces him to shoot a captured German soldier to harden him for the battles ahead. It's a chilling moment that shatters Norman's innocence. But for Wardity, it's necessary. Kill or be killed. As days pass, Norman begins to bond with the crew, learning the grim code they live by, and realizing that inside the claustrophobic steel coffin of a tank, brotherhood is survival. The Fury leads an assault on a fortified German town. Inside, the crew discovers two German women, Irma and her cousin Emma. In a rare, tender moment, Norman shares breakfast with Emma and finds fleeting humanity amid the chaos. But war doesn't wait. German artillery shells the town, and Emma is killed instantly. This loss snaps something inside Norman. He fully embraces the brutal reality of combat. No more hesitation. Later, Fury joins a column of Shermans in an intense battle against a German Tiger tank. The Tiger destroys 3 American tanks before Fury, through precise tactics and sheer guts, manages to flank and destroy it. The victory is costly, but Wardity's leadership and Fury's resilience shine. The Fury is ordered to secure a crossroads to block retreating German forces. En route, the tank hits a mine, immobilizing it. As they begin repairs, they spot an approaching column of 300 SS soldiers, heavily armed and marching directly toward them. Wardity gives the crew a choice: flee or make a stand. Despite the overwhelming odds, all 5 decide to fight, not for victory, but for each other. In a ferocious last stand, the Fury crew takes out dozens of German soldiers using machine guns, cannons, and grenades. They inflict massive casualties, holding the crossroads long enough to delay the SS. But one by one, they fall. Gordo, Kunas, and Bible are killed in the relentless attack. Wardity is fatally wounded, but continues to fight until the end. Norman, following Wardity's final command, hides beneath the tank as the SS overrun the area. Norman emerges, alive, the lone survivor of the Fury crew. As medics pull Norman from the battlefield, they whisper, "You're a hero." But Norman, haunted and hollow, knows the truth. He survived not because of heroism, but because of the men who fought and died beside him. In the final shot, the camera pans up to reveal the carnage around the Fury tank, a symbol of sacrifice, brotherhood, and the unbearable cost of war. Fury isn't a tale of victory. It's a story about the men who fight, bleed, and die long after the headlines have been written. It asks us, what does it take to stay human when the world around you demands otherwise? Brad Pitt's Wardity shows us leadership laced with pain, and Logan Lerman's Norman reminds us that even innocence can be forged into iron. If this recap gripped you as hard as the movie did, hit that like button, subscribe for more cinematic deep dives, and tell me in the comments, would you have stayed and fought with Fury, or would you have walked away? Until next time, remember, ideals are peaceful, history is violent,